How much time should we allow for the tour? Roughly, anybody give what are we thinking, like
What all
30
are you touring?
minutes?
Just this building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you want to see every room, or you just want to have highlights of the big stuff?
I think highlights of the big stuff and then a discussion about like where we would do an addition and what that would look like is really the main thing we want to hit.
15, 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes? Okay.
Okay, I was thinking half hour,
Yeah,
but,
that's fine.
okay,
I'll bet half an hour,
yeah.
I would think.
Well, if you drag your feet.
You're just gonna run through.
All right, so I suggest what we do, so I asked for questions ahead of time, as I have for the last couple meetings. Rick submitted some questions, I had some as well. Generally, the reason I do that is mostly just so we can give the questions to Kim, give her a chance to put things together, so we don't get in a situation where we ask a question and like, oh, I don't know, I have to follow up. This way we can kind of nail it all in the meeting. There's a couple, every once in a while, if there's a question that's just one specific thing that just one person wants to know, we'll just answer it separate from the meeting, but most of them I want to go through and let all the other finance committee people and anybody else who's interested hear the kind of questions that came up. So I'll kind of walk through them. Some, Kim, I'll hand over to you to answer more. Some where you provided an answer, I'll just summarize it quickly and move on. Okay, I got him here.
Did you just give a copy, Kim? I can give it back.
No, it's a question he sent me.
Okay, all right.
So first question, Rick, I'm gonna go through the ones you went through first, was on the TIF payments that we need to start making to the school districts. How much and when in 2023, and then what are the estimated payments beyond there? And then there was another question around why we received more than we budgeted in 2022. Kim, do you want to just go back and recap that one?
So I don't know what we're gonna be paying out in TIF. All I know is last year we got around 100 or 800 and something thousand. And then I have no idea what each school district's gonna be. It's gonna be based on their millage. So I can't answer that question until we get the money.
Do you know what the split is between the two?
No, I just know that we keep roughly 28% of it, and it gets the remainder gets divided up. And it's based on the value of the properties that are in that district. So I don't know what it is. I've asked both treasurers to help me kind of figure that out, because I have no idea.
Okay, but we're gonna go from getting 800,000 to more like 200, two and some change.
Yeah, that's what I had budgeted that we need to give the schools. Oh, never mind, it's in the 23 budget. I don't remember what I budget put in there. But like in 2021, we got 806,000, and then 2022, we got 829,982. Now, why it increased, I don't know, other than maybe it was an increase in the value of the property. I have no idea. I don't do the values, so that's the county auditor's office that does that.
The parcel that had been left out for 20 years, or
We won't get that until 2023,
Okay.
and we only get 5 years collections.
okay.
Can you say that again, Kim? I didn't hear what you
There
were
was
saying.
a parcel that was inadvertently left off when the parcel went back in 91, when it was originally filed. It was originally filed with the state, with the auditor's office, and I don't know whose mistake it was. I don't know if it was our mistake, if it was the auditor's mistake, but there was a parcel that got left off. And so we got no collection for 30 years on it. And it wasn't caught until I went to file all the paperwork for this new extension. And then that's when I was told, hey, wait, this parcel that you have on here now was never on it before. And I was like, okay. So anyway, we only get 5 years of back collections on
Oh,
it.
back collections, okay.
5 years
Going
back
forward
collections.
into 15.
Yes,
Okay.
going forward, yes.
Okay.
You've got 588 in the budget for the school districts.
Yeah, so that was roughly 72%.
The issue, Rick, I guess is Rick, on the fingertips, we don't know the split between the schools,
Right.
but that's the aggregate.
So who comes up with the split? Is that the county does that? Or?
No, they won't do
It's based
it.
on property valuation.
It's based on the value.
So the value of the property values in each district will determine
Yes.
which district gets how much?
Yes.
Where
So
do
it's
those,
based on that millage on those parcels.
where do those numbers reside?
I don't know, that's what I'm saying, I don't know.
County
what we're
auditor,
gonna
I guess,
get.
is what
The
you're
county
saying,
auditor
right?
has to give it to us, and we won't get our first collection until March or April. And then based on that number, we have to zero in on the parcels and figure out what's not include, like, what's not the pilot amount. So it's the, so if you have a value of a parcel that's $500, and then when you make improvements to it, it goes up to $1 million, you're only gonna get the difference. You won't get money, everybody gets collections on the $500, but only the TIF gets the difference. So, but in this new collection, the way we're gonna do it, we will receive all the money, but then it's up to us to give the schools their portion of it.
Based on what the county tells you.
Well, no, the county doesn't tell us anything, I tried.
Huh?
The county's only gonna say, you're gonna get $806,000, and then it's up to you what you do after that. So that's why I have to work with each of the treasurers to figure out what their millage is based on those particular parcels in that district.
When you say treasurers, you're talking about the school district treasurers?
Yes,
I
so
gotcha.
Beth Weber from Sycamore,
Yeah.
and I think it's Rob,
Jeffrey.
yeah, from Loveland.
Okay.
And then if none of us can agree, then I guess we'll have to hire an attorney to tell me what I'm supposed to, tell us the township what we're supposed to pay out.
Have they been cooperative so far, or has this not started yet?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's,
That's pretty nice.
yeah, I mean, everybody's willing to work together.
I mean, it's new money for the schools, right? They're,
Oh, yeah.
They're getting money they didn't get before, so
Yeah.
it'll take them a while to get picky and demanding
But
about
they'll
it.
fight for their.
Well,
They'll fight for their piece, but
I was gonna say yeah.
Should be pretty clear, cut and clear, what am I trying to say? Should be pretty clear cut.
Yeah,
But, you know, the village is X, here's what we have total, do the math,
Right.
and here you go. Okay, when is that good distributed?
we should maybe get maybe the end of March,
Oh, next couple months? then.
yeah,
Okay, Cool.
end of March, early April.
and that 28% is fixed going forward as a percentage, so the number, the dollars will change, but the percentage is set for the remainder of the TIF.
No, it's gonna
No.
change every year we get a different amount.
Yeah. The valuation of one property may go up more than the other ones,
Yeah.
Yep.
so that would change the water bit. So-
I mean, you can see on here, you look back on the budget in 2902, like we got, in 2022, we got 829, in 2021, we got 806, in 2020, we got 814.
Yeah, no, I know the amount will change, but
Yeah.
the percentage that we keep will stay the same.
Roughly.
It'll be a different percentage of the total, or that percentage
Yeah,
is also
roughly.
variable,
Yeah,
roughly, okay.
Kim, there's two payments, there's one in March and then there's one 6 months later.
right. So when you guys pay your taxes again, what is it due in?
January and July, I
July.
think.
So then
there's
September.
a delay
Yeah.
for them to get it in and pay it back out.
So March,
Figure 2 months.
August-ish, September-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, anything else on the TIF? Everybody good there?
Well, we're glad that we got the extension.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That took a lot of effort on Kim's part, especially.
Yeah, especially with all the end and all the paperwork back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. And getting school boards to sign off on it and all that was fun.
Yeah.
When we found the missing property, I guess that's increasing our revenue as well, so
Yeah,
well done.
but
All
they
right.
won't, just so everybody's clear, they won't get any of the back collections. It's only what's going forward.
Yep, yep.
I think there was confusion on the school's part that, or at least residents who thought the school was going to get a portion of it, which is not correct.
So nothing's retroactive.
No, it's only going forward.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, next was a question on admin building. The project list you had sent out for 2023 included something related to the admin building. I think that's now not on the list anymore, so Kim passed out an updated 2023 project list. Kim, I don't know if it makes sense to just kind of walk us through anything that's changed significantly from the last version. I think there's a couple new projects in, and then
Well,
I
there's
think the
been a
ones you
lot of
highlighted
things-
are the ones that carry over,
Yeah, there's
right?
been a lot of things that changed, just because we ordered stuff in 2022 and we still haven't gotten it yet. So everything that's in the pink salmon is the 2022, everything that's white is the 2023, which we had, some things we had to push back. And then everything that's blue is what we pushed even further to 2024 based on the budget. And then some stuff we pushed to 2025 just based on some things that we committed to already that we just, there's no way we're gonna be able to do it in 2023. So the thing that we're working on now is the Seven Gables Park. We had ordered that last year. And, sorry, I thought I put it.
That'll be right.
Yeah, we ordered that in 2022, and then it should be here in April. And then we ordered the turf to go with it. So under the parks, that 145,000, that goes with the 200,000 out of the general fund, and then the 335 out of the ARPA fund. Well, I feel like you're just kind of grabbing this discussion in here, just sitting there.
Let's get Pittman in on this.
Kim, is there a reason why it's being paid out of the general, not the parks?
Yeah, because we're gonna get reimbursed for that 200,000, so I'm just gonna put it in the general fund,
Okay.
We're gonna get reimbursed from,
ODNR.
Because the parks fund is pretty healthy still.
Not so much anymore.
Okay.
nothing's as healthy as the general fund. The general fund.
Yeah, the general fund's where we have most of our money in,
I just
besides
know
the
for a
summer.
while there, we were trying to get more into the parks and less from general, so now it's kind of flipped over, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So then, Montgomery Road median landscaping, Bill and I are working on costs for that. Hopefully we'll get that done this year. And then the parking lot, the MSD, that's all kind of wrapped up in the service department building expansion. So right now they're on Union Cemetery. If anybody didn't notice, Union Cemetery is closed in front of our building from our parking lot all the way to Commerce. It's not open to local traffic, so please don't even try to drive through there. That is all part of that project with, so we'll probably get a bill for our portion. I think we'll get assessed like $12,000 or something for that. Plus we have our costs in it. We'll have to run laterals from our building out to the sewer, and then we're gonna be running a lateral on the other side on our property across the street from that property to the main sewer line, so we'll have costs in that. I already bought my vehicle. So we had engineering last year, we did the flashing beacons. I think those are all completed. Were we able to get that Humphrey at Hopewell completed too?
Finished it today.
Okay, so that's all completed. We're still waiting on
Just an
this.
upgrade.
Yep. So we're still waiting on the street sweeper, we're still waiting on the dump truck, we're still waiting on the truck bed replacement. So those were all holdovers from 2022 that we had to put into 2023. The salt dome is new, but we approved that at our February meeting. Let's see.
When you talk to your counterparts, are they in the same boat? Everybody's waiting for dump trucks and street sweepers?
Yeah, the street sweeper, would they order, we had 6 or 8 on order, like as a whole, whole area, and Ford only built 4.
Oh.
So, and we weren't the lucky ones that got one of the 4 last year, so then we got held over to this year. So I think it's the same way with the truck, right? It got ordered, it got canceled, it got ordered, it got canceled, and then it finally.
In the meantime, Bill, we're still borrowing from Columbia. Street sweeper?
Yeah, street
Yes,
sweeper.
okay.
Yeah, we just share that, right? They don't pay for it every day, do they?
Right, no. But the problem is everybody borrows Columbia's.
Right.
So that's why we ended up sharing a purchase with Sycamore Township, because we were all borrowing it.
Yeah, with that, they need to drive
And
around.
Yeah.
there's street sweepers in the shop waiting on parts, so
Yeah.
we're back to the way.
Boy, tricky.
So then the paving program will be done. We'll approve that at our April meeting. And then we still got to talk about more flashing beacons. We keep getting requests now that everybody knows that we're going to pay for them. So flashing beacons on Fields, Erdel, and Lebanon. And then
Kim, are they like 15,000 a piece? Is that what this is?
it depends. It depends on the location. The one on Fields Erdel that they've requested, somebody wants an audible one. So that's even more money than the flashing beacons.
Yeah. No?
The Terwilligers pipe and the Timberlake, those are stormwater projects that we really need to do, but we don't have any additional money this year. So we're gonna have to push those to 2024 or figure out a way to pay for those in a different manner. We completed the bathrooms last year and the tennis court repairs in the parks. So the Ventura landscaping, that's another part of the playground at Seven Gables. We had some leftover engineering. We're doing the gator replacement. We approved that at our February meeting because we had wrecked or had an accident with our one gator in, is it 2021 or 2020? Can't remember all the years or start, 21. We're doing, do you know if they started the project at Mead yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so we're doing a drainage project at Mead, because I guess a lot of our water is kind
Flooding some of the
Yeah.
basement.
of, yep. So it's not just our water, we're just happen to be in the middle of where all the water drains to, and it just continues to drain through the park and onto our neighbor's property. So it's really not just our water, it's everybody's water. And then we had a request to do the National Fitness Campaign, which is like some workout equipment and a yoga mat and all kinds of different stuff that we thought if they want to pay for it, we're just gonna have to keep pushing that back to 2025, along with a slide and pond restoration at Symmes Park.
Is the National Fitness Campaign at Symmes Park?
I don't know, they haven't figured out where they want to put that yet. It's kind of like a big workout
Yeah.
thing. It's got a wall and it's got workout equipment that come out of the wall, and then it's got stuff on the floor, and then on the other side it's like a big yoga mat looking thing that,
It's outdoor though, right?
yeah, it's outdoors, so anybody can use it. But we just have to figure out, how to pay for it and then where to put it.
Who's requesting that? Just a resident like me called up and said, hey man, could we get this
No, I think it's, I don't know if
adult playground?
Phil, I don't know if Phil, if it's
I think they
somebody,
approached.
yeah, they
somebody.
approached Phil or something.
I don't think it's a done deal. That's why it's in 2025.
Yeah, it's something that they still need
Yes.
to talk about.
Yeah.
It was just a request, so I put it on the list.
It's a request, is there any other funding, like is something coming from,
Well, I think the plan really was to get businesses and so on to donate.
Yeah, or maybe
Okay.
sponsor it
So we're
or.
gonna try and shrink the cost, but still have something like that by getting companies to donate to that program. And their employees obviously can use it if it's located appropriately.
Okay.
what's phase 2 of Seven Gables?
It is
What
the
does that
other
involve?
side, so what we did is we had to divide it in halves. So we did the big part first, and then we have a smaller section that's left.
Okay.
I think I put that under.
What are we doing in a smaller section?
Bad day.
Same.
What's that?
Is that includes the playground, so you divided the playground in?
Yeah, we divided the playground in half, so you've got, I don't know if you've seen a picture of it on our website, but it's like this big, huge playhouse that's up on stilts, and it has a big slide, and then there's a couple of like climbing walls and a hobbit thing, and then there's swings in the back, and then it's got a rubber surface trail like through it, and then there's turf that's around it for all the fall zones, and then the second section, there'll be like an entry bridge with chimes, and then little, it's called Simmesville. So it's got like a grocery store, a post office, a fire station, a police
Not
station.
yet.
Well, yeah, that's the
Okay.
second phase.
Second phase is gonna include post office, fire station, and police department, I think, and we're trying to get the fire department to donate, trying to get the police department to donate.
Right.
Good luck on post office.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've reached out to like the Chamber of Commerce to see if
Right.
maybe they want to sponsor. The Rotary Club had approached me, so I sent them the information to try to get them to sponsor. And then we're gonna try to hit up maybe some of the larger businesses in our township to maybe, see if they want to donate toward it. So that's that $300,000 under the parks. By the time we do the second phase and then we do the turf, that's what it ends up being.
All right, anything else on projects? Does that get us through it all?
It's been a long day.
I guess the,
I had to drive from the west side over. That's not fun.
the administration building and what, the addition of the service building here for 836 is?
Yeah, it's on the back page, so the ARPA funds, and
Okay.
then we'll take whatever the remainder is, we'll take it out of the TIF. Or Morton, we found out that Morton has a lease program, so we thought we might check into that to see what their rates would be, to see if maybe we just put a down payment on it, and then, because use up our ARPA funds, and then whatever the balance is, either lease it for like 3 years, 5 years, or whatever, if we don't want to pay it off.
Okay, okay.
Just an option.
Yep.
To give the trustees something to choose from.
All right. Any other questions on projects? Jody? All right, next question was, there was in a previous meeting, it was noted that the fire chief brought up the option of a new fire engine of being able to lease if we didn't want to pay for it up front. And so there was a question on, would we want to consider that? I think, Kim, your point of view is if we have the money, why lease it and pay extra financing
Why
costs?
pay the
Why not
finance
just
if
buy
we
it?
don't have to? And plus, I think what we're going to do, what I asked Chief to do, is since it takes two years to get this fire truck and we just ordered it, if we could go ahead and pay for the chassis now in 2023, and then when it comes in to pay the remainder. And that way we're doing it essentially, but we're not paying any interest.
Yeah. So I thought that made sense. I don't know if anybody has any different point of view, but considering our financial situation, no reason, especially with interest rates being higher, to
Yeah.
borrow any money.
Where does the chassis go? Does it get delivered here? We hold on to it here and then
No.
deliver it somewhere?
No, they make it,
Like
it
you hold on to that at my
depends.
house?
So they ordered a Sutphen, so everything's made in Columbus. And then
Assembled in Columbus?
yeah, they'll order different parts from different places and then they bring it all to Columbus and assemble it. But it takes forever. Just because usually they end up waiting on 1 or 2 pieces and it holds
Sure.
the whole order up.
Okay. So the chassis, we order it, we pay for it, ship it there, they let it sit there until the rest is ready to assemble?
Pretty much.
Okay. Okay. Crazy times, huh?
It's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's right. I just if we have $3 million sitting in the safety services levy, and we have $3 million in the TIF, why would we borrow?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've talked before about our, our healthy cash balances everywhere. They're frankly a little bit higher than what we said we would set as a safety, so no reason not
Use it.
to use it.
Okay.
And then, just on, while we're talking about fire stuff, I know the fire chief mentioned to me that we also need to replace Medic 60. So I think I put that, yeah, I did. So if you look on the flip side of that project page, I put that on there too, $400,000 to replace ambulance 60. So that'll be at the March trustees meeting that we'll discuss that. But we'll do the same thing. We'll just divide it up where we take so much out of the safety services levy and then so much out of the TIF. And then I forgot to put on there that we've got that $35,000 left over in that ambulance rescue fund, and we'll just use all that money.
Okay.
But that'll also take 2 years to come in.
All right.
Well,
Well,
it's 2 years. Everybody
Yeah.
gets 2 years.
Pretty much, if you order a vehicle, now they're saying you can't get it for a year. Doesn't matter what kind of vehicle it is, even just like a regular car, it's 1 year. You had to order anything anymore.
Also to our advantage to buy it, also to our advantage to buy it early, because every year they change the requirements
So we'll get a used car.
and make these things more energy or pollutant efficient and so on and so forth, and we're saddled with the increased costs, so the costs go up every year.
Yeah, and they've gone up exponentially in vehicles, across the board. I mean, we used to be able to get a dump truck for what, 150,000, and now it's like over 200. So, and then the fire truck, same thing, we used to get it for under 500,000, now it's almost 700,000. The ambulance, 220, 225, now it's 400,000. So, I mean, it's crazy expensive.
All right, there was a question on the plan for the land from the house we purchased and tore down. I think the answer at this point is no decisions have been made yet, so I think we can table that unless any finance committee members want to talk about it or have any ideas of what to do with it. I don't think we
One thing nice is it certainly improved the approach appearance to this building.
I'd like to see it become a parking lot to take over part of the parking if and when we expand this building. We're gonna grow that way, so that some of our access may change and some of our parking may change, and we're a little short on this side of the building anyway for parking.
Makes sense.
Or it could be a building, could be our building, you don't know.
Yeah, could be.
We don't know.
If we don't have any room, because if you'll find out when we look at this building, we've looked at it a million times. If you look straight at it, you've got all your air conditioning units to the right, and then the back, we're just so close on that back property line. It might make more sense to do what Joe just said, put a building out front or somewhere else, I don't know.
Okay. This question on the parks revenue for 2022. We got about 100,000 less than we had budgeted. And I know, Kim, some of this is, we try to set estimates at the beginning of the year of what we think it's going to be, and what we actually get comes in differently. But it looks like there was one line, other grant state, for 75,000 budgeted with nothing received, was kind of the biggest driver there.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't get our grant that we put in. So I had budgeted to get a grant for the other part of the Seven Gables playground, like phase 2, and we didn't get approved for it.
But phase 2 we're working on, we're working with the fire department, they're gonna donate some of it. We might approach the sheriff's department because it all fits, because it's a fire truck and a police station, because it's Simmsville. So we're trying to find other avenues to get money from.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Maybe Sycamore Township, those guys can donate,
That's just one man's opinion.
Well, they have that huge,
Rick, do you have any other questions on parks? I think that 75,000 grant was the biggest one.
they need to reduce that.
Question on what year the ROSI debt will be paid off. 2037 is the answer there.
Yep, because it was taken out in 2017, or 2007 was the
Yeah, 30
year
year.
that they did the bond levy, so it's a 30-year levy.
Okay, and lastly, what's the plan to spend the opioid money received in 2022? I think that's a couple $1,000s, $2,000 or $3,000.
Yeah, the chief wants to spend it on counseling, but ultimately it's up to these guys, how they want to spend it.
Which chief are we talking about?
Chief Huber,
Fire?
Yeah.
yeah.
Counseling for employees or?
Yeah, for employees.
Fire?
I think I saw on his Facebook page that he hired a psychiatrist or something
Wow.
yeah.
Did I see we're hiring this from employees?
Yes.
Yes, because
We're
we lost
desperate
some.
for employees.
We lost 2 to retirements at the end of last year, and then we have another one that's probably gonna retire at the end of the summer, or in the summer sometime. So,
Which departments? Where?
Service department.
Service.
Plus,
yeah,
since I've been here, and I've been here, what, 19 years?
something like that.
Something like that. We have never added any staff, and we've grown our parks have doubled. Our road services have what are they? Not doubled, but.
That's what I was wondering, is it already,
So-
people retired or were they adding? So that's what I
Well,
was.
we're
People
really
retired.
retired, plus I'd like to maybe add,
Mhm.
so, because we seem like we're always working from behind. Like,
Well-
our staff does a really good job of working from behind, but it might be time to add
Well,
to
there's gonna be a
that.
learning curve with new people coming on
Yeah.
too.
The
And so
problem.
we wanna see what type of people we get, because we haven't had, I mean, a lot of different townships have been put out for the same job, and they haven't been having a great response
Right.
yet.
Mm.
We had a great response yet.
Yeah, I was just gonna speak to that.
Has anybody ever contacted the Oaks? Oaks.
What's that?
That's a
good question.
I have a lot of businesses that are going to the Oaks, trying to find younger
Yeah.
employees that they can train and.
Trades.
and- Yeah.
Are they a headhunter?
Who?
It's a
Oh,
school.
So it's a
The
school.
Oaks is a school.
Oh, Scarlet.
We have, we have,
Great.
Okay. I had no idea what you're talking about.
There's
Well,
multiple
we have a,
oaks.
Yeah.
Service, a service worker one.
Yeah.
they have a lot of
Yeah.
students right now that are looking for positions.
Well,
And
let's
so
send a
there's-
flyer there.
Yeah, there's some folks over there that you can just talk to and you can even post things on their bulletin boards. And the students can walk by and see. Yeah, it's all probably gonna be entry level, but I think that's what you're looking for.
Mhm.
Is you can train them up.
Mhm.
That'd be cool. Who would want to work with pivots?
It's not all we're looking for, but
Right.
like everybody else, hiring right now, everybody's got out for hiring times up.
Yeah.
It's a question of who applies.
And we have a nice range. We have someone, a range for starting and then some, a range for someone who's more advanced, so.
Yeah, so we're trying to hire like 2 people, so 3.
Maybe.
Well, if we get good applicants.
I wanna do
we could-
4.
We could revisit that if we had good applicants.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all for your team though?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like that idea, Rick, the Oaks thing.
Yeah, it just came up in a couple meetings I've been at.
They get benefits and PERS, don't they, with those jobs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a real job, man.
It's a real job.
You're
I'm just
18,
making
going
sure
to
those
college.
Still falling under.
and there's a lot of youth over there
I
looking
should
for
take that
something.
job.
And
You should
nobody's
retire.
Like
really
my PERS, like that.
going over there. I just don't understand
It's like
that.
6.75.
And the Oaks doesn't know how to sell themselves. So it's kind of like, it's there if somebody wants to approach.
Is that you or who?
I'll call them tomorrow.
Do you have a contact over there?
I have a few contacts, but hopefully it can lead us in the right direction.
Yeah.
So I know each of the Oaks has, like Live Oaks has the construction division.
Right.
There's one that has welding and landscaping and all that stuff. So
Do they have a landscape? Do they do like where they teach people for a CDL?
Sparks.
Not through the Oaks.
Oh, okay. Because I know in Butler County they do that.
Yeah, through Butler Tech.
Yeah, Butler
Butler
Tech, they
Tech,
do
yeah.
the CDL training.
It's about 50
Well,
bucks.
Send it to Butler Tech.
We have, I've talked, I was at a class with them last week, so.
My experience with the Oaks has been underwhelming.
FYI, I think you should try to steal Great Parks people.
Yeah.
I think you should put a flyer.
Gotta pay.
They've always been underpaid.
We've seen.
Always underpaid.
They're always underpaid there.
And unfortunately, they like their jobs. They're happy there.
They get good benefits.
We've got better
I'm not disagreeing.
Great Parks.
Think they'd let us advertise with
A lot of their
Great
people are
Parks.
part-time too, if they're put in their flyer.
Yeah, put it in their flyer, put it in their newsletter or something, it's perfect. Poach.
A lot of their people at the parks are part-time.
Gotta think outside the box.
They don't have a lot of full-time.
Alright. Some ideas anyway, sir.
All right, I don't think there are any other questions. I had a couple, so just one thing I wanted to say, for any finance committee members that like it, I asked Kim to start sending me electronic files again. I just like looking at that better than the big 11 by 17 sheet. So if anybody else wants, I think you had it all. You
I
sent
did,
it
I
right
sent
away,
it,
so
but I can
you must
resend
have it all on
everything.
there.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to start getting electronic copies again, we can do that. I just want to say, I mean, my takeaway from looking at, I mean, we've had conversations before about how much we should have in reserve, and, we've got a lot in there. The one thing I want to say, looking at the past 3 years with all the inflation we've seen everywhere, I think we're doing a really good job managing expenses. They haven't really gone up. I mean, we spent 10,483 in 2020, and in 2022 we're a little bit above that. We're at 10,668, but if you think of that on a percentage basis, that's pretty low when we've got all the inflation we've had. So I'm happy to see it, and my hope is that we continue, even though we have money in reserve, it doesn't burn a hole in our pocket. We continue to manage the way we have been, being really conservative about spending choices and thinking really hard about all the investments we want to make. So I just want to say, thanks, good job, I think, in managing the expenses. I know it's hard because you tell us the stories about how much more expensive everything is, and we're managing to keep costs under control, which is not a lot of government, school districts, other places are not always so good at it. So I was happy to see that, and I want to see that continue.
Yeah, Here, here.
Well, I know that we're working, with the board, Bill and I are on, like our contracted services. We've just kind of looked at like how much are we spending on contracted services, where can we cut back? You know, what can we combine and not do? You know, like what can we, maintenance stuff, can we push off a little bit longer so that we're not having to do it? So we're gonna be working on that in the next, not the next trustees meeting.
Okay, good. All right, with that, let me open it up. Any other finance committee members who didn't have any earlier questions? And I'll leave sat on it some more. Anything else you want to discuss on 2022 budgets? No, I think we're all good there. Did I miss something? Were we supposed to approve prior minutes?
Yeah, so
Before
we
we
got
kicked
election
off,
of
okay.
officers, the approval of the agenda, approval of minutes.
Okay. So the agenda, what I want to do, we've gone through 2022 budget. We've got the tour coming up. I was hoping we could spend a couple minutes talking about agenda for the next meeting. So that's my proposed agenda for the meeting is 2022 budget, talk about next meeting, take the tour. Everybody good with that agenda?
Perfect.
Okay. So we approve the agenda?
So, I
Yeah,
move
just need
approval.
a motion and a second.
Motion is second. Okay, all right. Agenda's approved. Any, you saw the prior meeting minutes. Any questions, any concerns anyone wants to raise from those, or can we get a motion to approve those?
Motion to approve.
Second? Okay, everybody in favor of approving the prior minutes?
Enthusiastically.
Okay? All right, good. Was there something else, Kim, or we're good
Yeah, we
with
need
that?
to, I don't know, we need to do election of officers, so if everybody's still good with the same officers we have, or if somebody wants to nominate somebody, or,
This is for the finance committee?
yep, for
So-
2023.
Okay,
I
good.
move we can stay consistent with the current officer slate for
Okay.
2023. As long as you're okay with that,
I'm
Mr. Chairman.
good with it, yeah, I'm just getting
Thank you.
started.
Thank you, yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
We need a second, anyone?
Second?
Do we all vote for each other? All say aye.
Yeah? Vote for yourself. In fact, if you didn't vote for yourself, that might be concerning. Yeah, wouldn't that be bad? Yeah, I'm not
Any
voting for that
nays?
slate.
Any nays? Anybody else want to throw their hat in the ring? You're welcome to.
Thank you.
I'm not desperately clinging to my position. I'm just
Well, you're
willing
doing
to
a
do
great
it.
job, so.
Okay.
Our support, right, Mark?
All right.
Yeah?
All right.
Okay.
Okay, good. All clear there.
Okay, unanimous.
Topics for next meeting. One that I would like to suggest, I'm going to jump the line and go first here. When we went through the bylaws, one of the items on there was the Finance and Audit Committee. So making sure that we provide some coaching, guidance, oversight on understanding what audit results we're getting, and then even potentially talking about, looking forward, is there anything we need to do to make sure we have, good controls and procedures in place. So I'd like to put that on the agenda for the next meeting. I guess we probably also have to talk, Kim, tell us what else we need to talk about in our kind of regular rotation.
Well, just so you know, this year is our year for the audit, so we have our 2021 and 2022 audit. We just signed all the paperwork, and so we've been corresponding back and forth. We have an independent auditor that's gonna come in, it's gonna be Perry and Associates. So they will let us know when they start.
When will
I
that
think
be
they'll-
completed?
I don't think they'll take as long. They usually get in and
Seems
get
like
out.
It's taken a while in the past.
Yeah, they'll be in pretty quick. I mean, we've got everything boxed up, ready to go. So
Okay, so,
hopefully they'll just come in and scan everything and leave.
okay, so time-wise, you think there's a chance, our next meeting is May roughly?
Yeah.
We have
It might be done by then.
okay. Maybe when we talk dates for the meeting, we can push it toward the end of the quarter a little bit if we
Okay.
think that means we'll have some results in. That'd be great. That'd be a good thing to go through. Who is it? Perry? You said?
Perry and Associates, they're out of Marietta.
It's an accounting firm?
They've done this before.
Yeah, they did this before the county, or before the state did our audits.
I remember at least two of them.
Yeah.
Did they get assigned by the,
Yeah, they get it,
State.
the state picks them.
okay.
I guess they must submit a bid to the state.
I'm
and
sure,
then
yeah,
Get
okay.
picked in that manner or whatever.
Okay. Any
So
concerns
the
you had
idea
getting
there-
ready for the
So
audit?
the idea real quick is that we are not thinking that
No, this is all the state, because the state auditor has that responsibility to audit everyone, and then they keep so many, and then they let others go off independently. So they'll let you go off independently, then they'll bring you back. They'll bring you back for a little bit, then they let you go again, but they kind of rotate it, who they bring back and who they put out.
Okay, cool. That makes
Okay.
sense. Thank you, sir.
All right, good. Any concerns you have with the audit or process? Everything going smoothly so far? Okay.
Yeah. We'll just wait to see what they pick on us this year for.
All right.
I think we're in a lot better.
It's
shape
always
than we
something.
have At least on one occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like they tend to pick on policies and procedures. Like, like before in the past, we had to have a disaster plan, like for IT, and we had to be, we had to have all these backups in place, and, I can't remember what it was before that they picked on us for. Do you guys remember? It's always something. Oh,
Did
last time.
they
it
had
was
the
we-
approvals, you had to have somebody sign before you could send a check out?
Yeah,
Wasn't that the
but
one
then
from
the other
before?
one was we had to have our public records policy inside our policy manual itself. So we had to fix that the last time.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, they always find something, and they always have their hot button list, and
Well, the state's not gonna give them the bid next time if they don't find anything.
true,
So they'll have to come up with
True.
something.
yeah.
How the auditing game works.
So we do the best we can, but,
Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully they find only minor things like that again. All right, so we'll try to do that in our next meeting. Do we also have to talk
yep, 2024 tax budget.
2024 tax budget? Okay. Anybody else have any topics they want to throw in the hat for the next agenda?
Do we have a date for that? Is
We
that
don't.
what
I
you
think
said?
that was the next
Yeah.
place I was gonna go, is see if we wanna nail down a date.
Don't we? Yeah.
Do we wanna do it in May before we get to summer?
Yeah, because it'll be due July 15th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody throw out a date if you've got one you like?
What's today, Wednesday, right? So
Yeah.
In the month, Wednesday?
Wednesday, May 17th,
24.
24th, either one of those? Any preferences?
I would probably prefer the 17th, because that following week I have a kid graduating from 8th grade, so I'm not sure when that's gonna be.
Nice, all right.
It's gonna be
17th?
sometime that week, I think. but-
Any objections? 17th,
Either's fine with me.
6 o'clock?
6 o'clock?
If it comes up, we're again, maybe go up a week and see, but 17th.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Do we still plan on meeting every quarter, or? Okay.
I think
think
so.
we
Is
said-
everybody,
I think we said 3 meetings, yeah.
oh, we said 3 a year?
Yeah, after
Okay.
each.
Kind of as neat as the way we left it
Yeah.
the last time.
Yeah.
So in May, we decide if we meet in third quarter or if we wait until fourth quarter?
When did we meet last year? Did we meet,
It was like October.
Yeah.
should we just set it now?
Every 4 months
And
or
then
so.
meet?
That's fine. Yeah, it's like
Be
every
done for
4
me.
months is when we decide
Okay.
to do it.
So May plus 4 is September, October, is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Are there any dates we need to hit, Kim, for that fall meeting?
So
Any
same thing,
deadlines?
we're looking at 18th.
We just
25th.
can't do the 18th in here because we have a zoning commission meeting.
Of October?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do 11th of October?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Zoning commission is May 17th too, but I guess we can just move buildings.
Why don't we just do the 24th?
You
If for
sure?
some reason I can't make it, I'll just let you know.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, I think it's Thursday, but I gotta check.
So we back to May 24th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not the 17th.
May
So that's the-
24th, and then we said October, when was the zoning?
Zoning is the 18th,
So do we want to do the 11th?
so you could either do the 11th or the 25th.
I prefer the 11th if nobody else minds.
Okay.
October 11th?
Yep.
Okay, 6 o'clock. And are we meeting in this little room now? Is that the game plan here?
No, we just been meeting in our administration building. So we finally
But the
cleaned everything
road-
out.
Roads closed and so on, so. You
Oh.
can get to the township
Yeah,
hall.
well, it's only gonna be closed for 2
You can
weeks,
hike.
Oh.
hopefully.
I don't mind hiking. So where are these next 2 meetings then?
At the administration building,
The
our other building, our original building.
Not this building.
Not this building.
Okay.
And we're moving from the 24th to the 17th of May.
No, we're moving
No.
from the 17th to the
To the
24th.
24th.
To the 24th,
Okay.
and October 11th, right?
Yep.
Yep.
6 PM at the other building, okay?
All right, any further business from anyone? Otherwise, I think we're ready to break and go on a tour.
Let's do it.
All right.
You gonna reconvene after the tour, or is that it?
I don't know if we need to, but maybe it would make sense to tour and then come back and chat briefly about
Yeah, I think
what we
so.
saw, what we might want to do. Unless, I think it might be easier to do that than try to talk while we're walking around.
Who's leading this tour?
I'm not going on the tour because
Bill.
I
You've
built
seen
this
it all.
building. So I've been in this building for a very long time.
Fair enough.
Show, you do your own thing.